साइलेंस में अति में जा रही है। उस साइंस पर साइलेंस की शक्ति की विजय परिवर्तन करेंगी। साइलेंस की शक्ति से दूर बैठे किस आत्मा को सहयोग भी दे सकते हो, प्रकाश दे सकते हो, भटका हुआ मन शांत कर सकते हो। ब्रह्मा बाबा को देखा, जब भी कोई बच्चा अन्य थोड़ा हलचल में वह शरीरक हिसाब किताब में रहा, तो सवेरे सवेरे उठकर बच्चे को साइलेंस की शक्ति की प्रकाश दिया और वो अनुभव करते थे। तो अंत में इस साइलेंस के सेवा का सहयोग देना पड़ेगा। सरकमस्टेंस अनुसार ये बहुत ध्यान में रखो। साइलेंस की शक्ति या अपने श्रेष्ठ कर्मों की शक्ति जमा करने की बैंक सिर्फ अभी खुलती है और कोई जन्म में जमा करने की बैंक नहीं। अभी अगर जमा नहीं किया फिर बैंक ही नहीं होगी तो किस पे जमा करेंगे।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar and welcome to our new series. Today is the first day of the series and it's a pilgrimage of silence. So, day one, the language of the eyes. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. So we already have begun the pilgrimage of silence. Baba is calling it power of silence. just think of as a soul when we are in the incorporeal world, just soul, not in the body. So there is total silence. Even in the soul, there is mind and intellect and sanskars, but still there is total silence. But when the soul comes in touch with the nature, the elements, as soon as soul is in touch with elements, then mind start thinking, intellect start using power to discern, and sanskars inspires you or create thoughts in you to do actions. So what we have to do is to, when Baba says incorporeal stage, so think of that gradually how I detach myself from each sense organ of the body. And as much I detach, I become observer, then I could be in silence. That means mind, intellect will be merged. So as much I clearly understand how the silence can be natural, one is of course when we use the point of drama, we say full stop. But then that is a stop, but there is something else right after that. And this practice of silence to merge my mind and intellect can be done while doing actions also. And why we call it sweet silence, because it has a very beautiful feelings when you are in silence. Not only beautiful feelings, but also your mind is clear. Intellect also has not only clarity but far-sightedness also. It's like clear vision through the third eye. And that is what Baba is calling as power, like science and technology. Every time you find little more advanced, anything they create, after few months, there is a advanced model. Every few months, they have something higher in technology. For us, people think it's more comfortable. For us, it could be more complicated. But when it comes to the soul, so think deeply about silence of the soul. Not only of mind, not only of intellect, but soul is in total silence, and that is detached from the elements. And our connection with elements is through the body. So when we say that, let's say we are talking about silence through the eyes, so generally when you see something, you have thoughts. how it looks, what it does. So many thoughts come. Depends on what you are seeing. But here, if we are looking at the family or brothers and sisters or Lokik relatives, I look at the center of forehead and I connect with the soul. It's a very beautiful experience of connecting with the soul to soul. And then when you connect with the soul, so what we are looking at each other will be one of the quality, speciality of that soul. That soul is so loving. That soul has this speciality. So some very, very beautiful thoughts, few thoughts will come about that soul. And if there is, there are all of us when settling karmic accounts, then at that time the stage is not very good. You're not doing something proper and your enthusiasm is low. You are not that loving. No, we noticed some of the pattern. So that soul is settling some karmic accounts. So not able to be in the stage which one should be. And that is what Baba said, cooperation with the power of silence. That means through our deep silence, we send light and might, love and peace, Baba's remembrance. And when it reaches that soul feels uplifted, lighter. And then also because you are not too engaged in your mind, why, what, it should be like that, why there is this, a lot of thoughts are there. And it creates the atmosphere of confusion, heaviness. But if we go beyond, everyone feel light and clear, and what everyone was seeing as a big situation, they find it's not really that big as we were thinking. We should not forget that when we keep thinking about something, it appears very big. And then we keep adding, no? Then this could happen, then that could happen. In silence, we say whatever had to happen, it won't happen. Whatever subtle influences are there, they are removed. So all that can be done when there is deep silence, reducing the mountain into a mole. When there is a lot of chat in the mind, chat in the words, more we think, more we talk, it's like a mountain. And Baba just said, drama, surrender it to me. You stop thinking about it. You will see that how the volume reduces. The size looks, as Baba said, mole, very little, or mustard seed. Sometimes Baba even says cotton wool, so light. So now the situations, but because it's the last time, so a lot of karmic accounts will be settling. Some will settle through body, some through mind also. A lot of confusion can happen. And suddenly certain sanskars could emerge for settling again. But this is the time also that I have to be perfect, right? But while on the pilgrimage, sometimes difficulties come. So we cooperate each other, help each other. I remember we used to go to Mount Abu and the train used to take 24 hours. And those days we used to eat water from the tap. So we will carry, sometimes when it is hot, we will carry those pitchers, long ones, cover it, sometimes thermos, something. And then if there is someone who uh, doesn't have enough water, and if we have it, we share, right? Dadi Prakashmani used to tell us that when you have Brahma Bhojan in the train, if child is there or someone is looking at your food, and if you don't offer, then how very subtle desire of that soul can affect when we are eating. So we used to, see how we can share and no one's desire. They call it that person's attachment or very subtle. uh, They call it vritti. Even we say attitude, but this is more like subtle feeling. Oh, I wish I also had food. So time will come where amongst ourselves as pilgrims, there will be need of power of yoga, there will be need to share some elevated thoughts to increase the enthusiasm, to share the churning. And that will be the true cooperation. But definitely the best one will be power of silence. So it is your vibrations, vibrations of love, vibrations of peace, vibrations of incorporeal state, whatever stage you have. And we have example of Brahma Baba that he exactly knew what any soul needs. And Baba will sit and Baba says, I'm giving current to that soul. We call it Sakas, and means the light and might to that soul. You can call it Mansa Seva, serve through the mind. And that is what will happen when really all over the world, more suffering, more and more different kinds of uh, lack of so many things will happen. You can't provide, right, everyone everything. But certainly serving through the silence First, it is helpful for us because I find that sometimes even just to think how much people are suffering can give you that kind of heaviness and the sadness. And these days, so much. Today, Baba said in Murli, I give you the life. It's needed by all of us, all of us. Baba has to give us life. Anything could happen. And also, as I said, when settling happens, it suddenly something could happen. So as we are on journey, the cycle is moving towards the end and also the beginning. As cycle moves like night 11, 10, 12. So this night is ending at 12, but dawn is beginning too. So this is the last few years of transition of the cycle. End of the old and beginning of the new. So we have to internally really make sure that I want to make it to the destination of perfection. Not towards the end, something such happens. Like Dali Janki said, if you have any weakness, change it now because it could emerge just few minutes from the last final stage. Then we lose, right? Any kind of sanskar or habit, if it can create that effect on my stage in the end. So that is why Baba said, bank is open only now. And in that bank, you accumulate the power of silence and also power of elevated actions. You can't just say, I am giving power of cooperation of silence, but elevated actions are important. Now, what is the definition of elevated action is anything you're doing it, do it in remembrance, do it with love, do it with pure feelings, not just do it as duty, but your awareness inside should be elevated. So simple action then will become elevated action. That means add at that time, just be in remembrance and do it. Even if you are serving someone, do it with lot of bhavana. So it becomes elevated. It's the action and it becomes elevated. And it becomes more like seva. And seva always have meva, in the sense there's always reward. So I like this concept of in your bank, have power of silence deposited more and more and elevated actions. So let's see how we do on this pilgrimage. And so soul's original stage is of silence. And then takes elements in the form of body to play the part. Play the part. But on the journey while playing part, we got so much attached to our own costume. a costume was given to play parts. But soul really got attached to the costume and start identifying to itself more as a costume than as a living being. So reflect, churn, practice, and accumulate in the deposit in the bank. Silence and elevated actions. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Journey, Mama's Murli, the image of purity with a heart of gold.
मीठी प्यारी मम्मा ममतामयी जगदम्बा तुझे याद करे दुनिया तूने प्यार जो हमको दिया मीठी प्यारी मम्मा ममतामयी जगदम्बा।
इसीलिए कहते हैं अभी मेरे से रिलेशन रखो। अभी रिलेशन रखने में कोई देरी है? उसके लिए हठ योग प्राणायाम ये सब करना। रिलेशन का मतलब ही है कि बाप का हो कर करके चलो। तो फिर बाप देखो एक बार प्योर है ना, तो हमें प्योर होके चलना चाहिए ना। तो बाप क्या है, बाप की क्वालिफिकेशंस कौन सी है? तो बच्चे की क्वालिफिकेशंस कौन सी होनी चाहिए? तो हाँ, हम बाप को देखें और फिर अपने को देखें, तो फॉलो करें ना कि भाई बाप एवर प्योर है तो हम इम्प्योर से प्योर तो है ना। हा? तो हमको भी ऐसा ही बाप के समान अथवा बाप से जो कुछ बल मिलता है उसी को धारण करने का है। तो ये सभी चीजें हैं जो बुद्धि में रख कर करके और अपनी धारणा को आगे बढ़ाना है। अभी इसमें क्या डिफिकल्टी है? कुछ भी नहीं। बाप क्या मेहनत देगा कि बच्चे हठ योग करो, आसन लगाओ, कमर सीधी करके बैठो, ये करो वो करो। हाँ, बाप क्या डिफिकल्टी देगा? बाप तो कहते हैं बच्चे बुद्धि तेरी टेढ़ी हो गई है, उसको सीधा करो, उसको अपना मेरे में लगाओ। ये बुद्धि तेरी टेढ़ी हो गई है, किधर हो गई है? माया की तरफ चली गई है, अर्थात 5 विकारों की तरफ तेरी चली गई है। अभी उधर से बुद्धि को निकाल करके, वो गीता में भी कहा नहीं, देह के सर्व संबंधों से बुद्धि हटा कर करके ये विकारी जो भी कुछ देह है और विकारी देह का संबंध है, इन सब से बुद्धि हटा कर करके अभी मेरे से लगाओ। तो खाली बुद्धि को हटाओ ना, खाली मन मना भव है। तो मन मना भव का अर्थ क्या? कि मन को मेरे में लगाओ। तो उधर से मन निकाल कर करके मन को मेरे में लगाओ। तो खाली मन को बदलना है ना, उधर से निकाल के उधर लगाने की बात है। बाकी इसमें आसन या कमर या कोई प्राणायाम, इन्हीं सभी बातों की, हठ योग साधनाओं की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। तो इसीलिए बाप कहते हैं कि मेरा योग, जो जिस योग बल से मैंने तुमको इतना ऊंच बनाया और ये तुम्हारे दुख दर्द नाश किए, वो देखो कितना सहज है। तो अभी ये सहज ज्ञान और सहज योग का, जिसको राज योग कहने में आता ही है, तो इसी का अपना पूरा पुरुषार्थ रखते और बाप से अपना जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार पाने का पुरुषार्थ रखो। और बाप अपनी भी बायोग्राफी बहुत सहज समझाते हैं, उसी को समझने में भी कोई ऐसी कठिनाई नहीं है। बाप मैं कहते हैं मैं तो निराकार हूँ, लेकिन मैं आकर करके जो कर्तव्य करता हूँ, तो मैं भी कर्तव्य कैसे करता हूँ, तो वो भी तो मेरी बायोग्राफी समझो ना। मेरे कर्तव्य क्या? तो कर्तव्य की दुनिया यही है। मुझे भी कर्तव्य करने के लिए इस दुनिया में आकर के करना पड़ेगा, ऐसा नहीं ऊपर बैठ के करूँ। ऊपर तो है साइलेंस, मैं भी सोल साइलेंस, उधर ऊपर की तो बात ही नहीं ना। मुझे भी आकर कर करके काम करना है। मेरी भी जो महिमा है ज्ञान दाता, ज्ञान का सागर, तो दुनिया की बात है नहीं। जहाँ ज्ञान है तो मैं वहाँ ज्ञान दूंगा ना। तो इसीलिए तो मुझे आना पड़ेगा नहीं मनुष्यों को समझाने के लिए। तो समझाने के लिए मुझे शरीर लेना पड़ेगा नहीं। कैसे समझाओ? नहीं तो कोई रास्ता बतलाओ, भगवान को राय दियो कि कैसे समझाया। उनका कोई और तरीका आता है किसको? बताओ। नहीं, सवाल हम मनुष्यों को समझाने के लिए, क्योंकि हमको समझाना है ना। हम बेसमझ बन गए हैं, तो हमको समझाने के लिए भी तो मनुष्य चाहिए ना। हमको समझाने के लिए कोई कच्छ अवतार मत्स्य अवतार वो कैसे समझाएंगे? हाँ, उसमें आए तो कैसे समझाए? हम मनुष्यों को समझाना है, नहीं बेसमझ हम बने हैं। हमारी बेसमझी से तो हमारा सब कुछ खत्म हो गया है। इसीलिए बाप कहते तुम ऊंचा बनो, फिर तो तुम्हारी सारी प्रकृति ऊंची बन जाएंगी। इसीलिए बाप कहते बच्चे तुमको ही तो समझना है ना, तो तुम्हारे समझाने के लिए भी मुझे भी तुम्हारे जैसा बनना पड़ेगा ना, यानी मनुष्य तन का आधार लेना पड़ेगा ना। इसीलिए मनुष्य का आधार लेके आता हूँ, और आता हूँ उसी तन में जिसका नाम रखता हूँ ब्रह्मा। तो इसमें भी कोई मूंझने की बात नहीं। कई बेचारे मूंझते हैं कि ब्रह्मा में परमात्मा आता है, हाँ ये कैसे, तभी किस में आवे, कैसे समझावे, ये भी तो बड़ा क्वेश्चन है ना। वो जो सुप्रीम सोल नॉलेजफुल है, तो वो नॉलेज कैसे देवे? बिना ऑर्गन्स के तो बोलना, आत्मा सवाए शरीर के तो बोल नहीं सकती है ना। आप भी आत्मा शरीर के आधार से बोलती हो ना। अगर आत्मा निकल जाए तो फिर आत्मा बोलती है? हाँ, ना आत्मा बोलती है न शरीर बोलता है। हाँ, दोनों अलग होते हैं, तो न शरीर काम का है न आत्मा काम की है। जब आत्मा शरीर का साथ लेती है तब तो देखो आत्मा जीव आत्मा बनती है। जीव कहा जाता है शरीर को, बॉडी को, और आत्मा आत्मा। तो जब ये जीव आत्मा यानी दो जीव और आत्मा, शरीर और आत्मा मिलते हैं, तभी देखो आप बोलते हो, चलते हो, सब कुछ करते हो। तो दोनों का इकट्ठा होना चाहिए ना। आत्मा अलग शरीर अलग तो दोनों काम के नहीं। आत्मा कुछ अकेला बिना शरीर के क्या करेंगी?
रत्न लुटाए तूने, सौभाग्य जगाए तूने, रत्न लुटाए तूने, सौभाग्य जगाए तूने, ऐसी ज्ञान मुरली सुनाई तूने। नैनों के पलने में जो पालना दी मम्मा, नैनों के पलने में जो पालना दी मम्मा, और दृष्टि से लोरिया सुनाई तूने।
Om Shanti. So today with the new series, we have a new host. So I would like to invite our angel, Sister Elizabeth, all the way from West Coast Anubhuti Retreat Center. So welcome. I would like to listen to her, and then she will also guide us further for our tomorrow's homework. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Bhumi Ben, for that sweet introduction. And thank you so much, Mohini Didi, and everyone here today. I'm very happy to share with you the homework, and I'm very inspired by what you had shared with us, Mohini Didi, that by embracing silence, sitting in silence in our original state, we won't fall into confusion and be pulled down into questions, making big things bigger. But I'm also touched by understanding others, that it allows us to take the pulse and not be affected by the state or the sanskars of others. And also, I appreciate in the homework today how this state of silence brings us to our original religion of peace. And so today's homework is, so let's take a look. I, the soul, with pure thoughts, good wishes, and the language of the eyes, reveal the pilgrimage of silence. I, the soul, with pure thoughts, good wishes, and language of the eyes, reveal the pilgrimage of silence. So this is lovely homework for us to do tomorrow, and to also, take a look at how this silence affects us. So now let's go into a nice experiential meditation and melody on this video, and really just relax and enjoy the words and sounds. Om Shanti. I, the soul, experience my original nature of peace. I am peace, and from this place of silence, as a peaceful being of light, I send pure thoughts and good wishes to all our brothers and sisters around the world. Let's take a moment and fill the soul with pure thoughts and good wishes, and allow those pure feelings to emerge through the eyes. As I fill the soul with pure thoughts, I experience deep silence. I am a pilgrim. I'm on a pilgrimage of silence. I can clearly show the sparkling image of I, the soul, in the center of my forehead. With the pilgrimage of silence, my face will give the experience of peace. My eyes speak pure thoughts. My eyes behold the world with kindness and benevolence. In the light of silence, I walk in silence. You can see the sparkle in me. You can see the light within me. In silence, sweet silence, we enjoy the silence. The soul delights in silence. Sweet silence. Silence. Shanti.
Om Shanti. So we will remain on this journey of silence, keep accumulating the power in the bank so that we can give cooperation, help everyone. And so Om Shanti and good night, everyone. Good night.